Howdy. We are back. Sorry, took the week off. Shit
Clickety
happens.
clack.
Clickety clack. We are back. I, of course, am the Big Show. Big E's with me. Sam will be here soon. Um, so before Sam gets here, obviously, I would just want to touch on one person in the NFL draft. if if you're with me on this, it has to be Deion's son because that's the only reason I was excited about the draft, watching that shit show unfold.
Oh, it was a shit show.
Oh, it was. And now to watch everybody go past him, including the Steelers, and for him to go to Cleveland with four other fucking quarterbacks made my day. Made
Well,
my
the thing was too is it was like Cleveland was always an option because they had the number 2 pick.
yeah,
So it was like Cleveland was always like an option for him to go there anyways. So it's like they got him and a bunch of yeah, because they took 2 quarterbacks in the draft. I thought
yeah.
because they took a dude before him, that Gabriel something.
Excuse me. Yeah, they I was just watching him getting overpassed and I was just in love with it. But he's
I like
retired,
I
he's
like
retiring though.
I like Will Howard. I like him. The Steelers picked up instead of Shador.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to be our starting quarterback next, like in a few months, but like you know what I mean. Like as a year or two develop guy, and then possibly be the future. Because
Yeah.
everything that I watched, like everybody was comparing him to Ben. So it's like the height, the arm strength, like just I think he's obviously younger and a little more mobile than Ben, but even in
Yeah.
Ben's prime, he didn't run a ton. Like he could get out of the pocket, but he
Yeah.
wasn't running, 50, 60 yards down the field.
No, fuck ass though.
And Will Howard's the national champion. He just won the title. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, they said a lot of OSU players were drafted in the draft, and I was like, "Well, I mean, come on, bro."
the
Like,
Steelers took three. Because we picked up, I always call him their version of TJ, like that Jack Sawyer.
hmm
That dude's a monster off the edge. And he's the guy. I mean, those of you that may not know, I mean, like I'm a Michigan guy, so Ohio State is like the death to me. But like I have to give him credit. Like when the Ohio State Michigan game this last season, when all that shit went down, when Michigan won and they planted their flag at the 50-yard line of Ohio State's field, Jack Sawyer went over and fucking snatched that flag and was like, not on my turf. Like,
yeah, right.
you know what I mean? Like to me, that's just he's a team guy. He loves ball. Like he'll represent his brand, like whoever he's playing for to the fullest. Like and he's got great skill and quality. So I think it was a pretty good pick too. That running back we got's fucking huge.
Yeah, he's a big motherfucker, bro.
I was like, damn, like Najee who? Like, god
Right
damn.
now, I'm like, part of me is like, no, no, let's just see how it works.
Yeah.
Give it a couple years, we'll see how this all pans out. But
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't, I didn't watch any of it because like I'm more interested in like next year's draft, obviously, because it's here.
Yeah.
But like just getting updates on my phone, like this person, like this team passed Sanders, this team passed Sanders. I was like, keep it fucking going.
I I every year, but I guess 6 years now. I watch McAfee's The Draft Spectacular, which you get the draft, but it's not your typical draft show. So I feel like it's a little more entertaining. And then this year, because they are in Green Bay and the whole Yinzer connection, he had on Mike McCarthy was their special guest with him all night.
I saw that.
So that was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, like it. Yeah, I mean, it was funny just watching everybody like look like okay, like because there were teams where you're like, okay, this team is not taking Shador. Like they have, a set quarterback. There was only what I'd say like a half dozen teams maybe that were for sure in quarterback need, Steelers included. And
Correct.
it was like you saw, you said you're just like, nope, okay, we'll wait 1 or 2 picks. Oh yeah, that team needs a quarterback. Nope.
Nope.
And then even those teams would come around in the second, third round again, and you're like, okay, this time they're gonna
No,
no.
they just were like, it ain't happening.
And did you see the photos and videos that were coming out? So night one, when he thought he was going top 10, top five, they had that elaborate like $1 million setup. There was like a wall of I guess like the teams that he thought he was going to go to, so he could take one off like a mannequin head and put it on. They had like this photo op section, and they had this whole, it was like a whole wing, I guess, of the fucking Sanders house that was redone for the draft.
Right.
And he never fucking went. So then the video came out of the sixth or seventh round or whatever it was that he did get accepted by Cleveland. None of that shit was in the
Oh,
background.
I fucking bet they were like, take this shit down.
They were just chilling in like the living room, and it was just him and a couple buddies and whatever, like in a film crew. Like, just that was it.
Oh, I loved it.
I was like, yeah, somebody swole.
Oh, super swole. But me as just the person that doesn't like that flamboyant fucking football player this mentality, I loved every fucking minute of it.
That's what they said. They said that it was his attitude, like,
He has a shit attitude.
and none of it's like confirmed. Confirmed. They all they keep using. This is allegedly what some teams have said about him or whatever. Like it was his attitude. And I watched this one video. This guy put it up on Twitter or whatever. Did you see that?
I
Okay.
did see it.
There was a video on Twitter. This guy put it up of because everybody was saying, "Oh, he didn't get picked because it was a race thing,"
Of
and
course.
he was like, "No, it's not a race thing." And this dude was black himself. He was like, "It's not a race thing." He was like, "This is more likely the reason that Sanders didn't get picked." And he played a video of him from the combine where they were doing like media day, and he was like, what did he say? Somebody asked him a question, and you couldn't really hear the question that well. And I guess it was kind of like more on the lines of like, what kind of like what can you bring to a team that drafts you type of thing or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
And the way he, like you said, it was real swaggy. Like, oh, I'm coming to change the culture, and they're gonna have to adjust to my style of play, and da da da. Like, and it's like, no, no team is gonna
No
adjust
team's
to
gonna do that.
you. Like you have to accept their culture and their play callers. Like no offensive coordinator is going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to change everything that we do for that guy.
Right. Right.
Like,
Absolutely.
and it was like that's the type of shit that was going to get him. That is part of the problem and why he probably didn't get picked like early.
Did you also see that like Jimmy Uso was there for like the Niners pick? Seth was there for the Bears pick.
Yeah. There was some WWE people
I
there.
was like, there was some E people up in there,
Yeah,
uh,
that was pretty cool.
couldn't have the greatest champ, the greatest undisputed WWE champ there though.
No.
But to me, that's what it like. Sanders reminded me of like Cena, where like that's a clickbait question. Like
Yeah.
that's just like the way he talks. It was just all right, fuck you then. So I mean, all in all, from what I saw from draft reports and whatnot,
Yeah.
I like where people went. I like where Sanders went. I like that he got drafted late.
Yeah, there was a couple like McAfee and them, and that's the nice thing. Like I like watching McAfee's coverage. Is like he had some GMs on, like after they made their pick and they were settled or whatever, and had a moment. He had a couple GMs chime in. I think who's this guy? He was with the Packers. Can't think of who he's the GM for now. Maybe LA. I don't know, the Chargers. But anyways, he was saying like you didn't see a lot of movement either, like teams trading up or down,
Yeah,
because players were falling to the teams that wanted them at a decent rent, like at a decent number. So it was like, oh, I don't have to worry about going up and getting so and so because
they're
he's gonna
literally
be
right here.
he's gonna be there in the next pick or two. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
there were a few at the end, but yeah, everybody was saying that this was probably the most. I mean, I guess you could say besides like the quarterback situation because quarterbacks are always a big deal, but like this was like the most like drama free or like draft. Like there wasn't a bunch of trade. There was no players traded.
Yeah.
Supposedly, the Eagles were about to trade somebody to the Chargers. Um, but again, the guy that the Chargers or the guy that the Eagles wanted, or vice versa, whoever that was that the one team wanted, they were like right at the last minute, like literally, like whoever it was that was announcing their pick was getting ready to walk out to the podium and be like, "Oh, there's been a trade." Da da da. Like they're like, "No, cut it! Hurry up! Grab that little postcard off of them." The team's keeping their pick and picking. Like it was the Chargers. They kept it and made their pick because they were getting who they wanted. They didn't have to trade with the Eagles and all this shit.
Oh, well,
So
that's
it was
good.
like, but that was yeah. So it was just like I said. It was kind of like a, I don't. I guess drama is the bad word, but you know what I mean, though. Like,
Yeah, like not like a stress-free one.
yeah, there wasn't all this crazy shit happening. Teams trading, and
Right.
I mean, look at that. What was it like? Well, I guess a couple years ago now. Whenever the Titans traded AJ Brown
Yeah.
on draft night, like it was like Jesus Christ. Like, there was nothing like that you were like, oh shit.
Nah, I didn't even get any reports off it, so I was like, well, I guess, I mean, seemed like it went like a pretty stellar fucking draft, but
I was like I said, night one I watched. Night two I watched a little bit because that was what Friday night. I did something. Oh, I was flipping between the draft and something else. There was another sporting event, hockey, I think. I don't know. I was flipping between stuff. So I
oh,
was
my
watching
bad.
it. I didn't. I forgot SmackDown was on. Like I knew it was Friday night, but I completely forgot that it was like SmackDown because again I was watching other shit and I don't remember what it was.
Right. I mean, speaking of hockey, the Penguins fired Mike Sullivan finally.
Yeah, I can't say I agree with it. And and the thing was, is it wasn't so much a firing as it was a mutual parting.
Goodbye. Yeah.
Because from what I learned today, actually post the firing, if you want to call it that, uh, he is, I guess, one of the guys being because he only had a year left on his contract, anyways. Um, he was one of the guys. It's rumored he's potentially now going to go interview for the New York Rangers job, and the Rangers are, again rumored, willing to pay him $6 to $7 million a year.
I
I mean, do you, bro?
yeah,
Like,
take the fucking money, my guy.
you know what I mean? And the Rangers are more set up and poised to go for a Stanley Cup run than we are. So it's like,
Yeah. You might as well
I think
go
I
get.
think he's realized like he's done everything he can here. It's
Yeah.
not going to get any better anytime soon. As much as that sucks to say, but like in hockey's different. Like I think firing a coach is you can't always blame the coach in hockey because it's not like football. Well, since we just talked about the draft, like for football, a coach is responsible for yes, the players on the field, the plays that are called, the practices, and there's a lot that the coach does that makes the team go
Right.
or affects the game. A
Right.
hockey coach really doesn't like. Yeah,
He
they
just
practice
he's just hanging out.
because it's like you can't predict everything that I mean, the only thing that they do have setups for is their power plays
Power
and penalty
plays.
kick. But even that, like, so it's just like I hate when coaches get fired because I don't feel like it's always the coach's fault. Like, I mean, how many people have been bitching that like we just don't have the caliber players that we need? You know,
No, I mean, I'll agree on that point because
so
there's been
it sucks. But I mean, they also too. You think about it, that guy's been here for 10 years. I think it's just another one of those things where, again, I think even he realized like the shit's getting stale. Like
yeah.
I can't like the Penguins are looking to go a different way. I think I could be useful or have a better opportunity to go somewhere else. Like, you know what I mean? There's another rumor that he could go back up to Boston, his hometown where he's from.
Yeah.
And his son in law plays for Boston. So it's
Yeah.
like he could go up there too. So it's like he's got options. I mean, with him being let go, I'm just going to use the word let go. With him being let go, I think he's the ninth coach. So there's like 9 coaching spots open. going into next year. So we'll see who we get.
Right, we'll see who we get. But I
I
mean,
think they should. I think. Look, they retired his number. He's getting older. I think you should just bring in Yager. Let him coach the team.
just hang out.
Just let him coach the team. I mean, everybody would probably say like, "Oh no, Evelyn, you coach team." I'd bring Yager in. He still plays the fucking game currently. Like,
I mean, if you think about it, the fucking guy's played literally everywhere. So I mean,
that's what I mean. Bring
what's
him
a
in.
coaching job gonna hurt?
Yeah, I say bring him in.
Why not?
I,
Fuck it,
I
why
could.
not?
Well, or Fleury's retiring at the end of this year. I
There we
mean,
go.
bring Fleury in as coach.
Oh my god, Penguin fans would lose their shit.
I'm just thinking. I mean, yeah, they would. The Yingers would have heart attacks. But could you also imagine like Fleury's now coaching Crosby, Malkin, and Letang,
Right.
who were his teammates. Like now he's their coach. Like that would probably be a weird locker room. Like
Yeah. Just walk in like this fucking guy. You
yeah,
supposed to take orders from this dude?
the guy that fucking causes the most pranks in all of the
Yeah,
NHL.
right. But no, okay, dude, fuck you. Okay, he wants us to
Like now,
go.
what do you think he's gonna do? He's the coach. He can't get in trouble.
Right now, he wants us to go do drills and shit. This motherfucker.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be an interesting off season for Pittsburgh. We'll see what happens. But
yeah,
hey, watching them hockey playoffs, bro.
yeah.
I watched that fucking Washington Capitals Montreal game last night, which was the game of the night. And I mean, there was guys getting run over like fucking Mack trucks. I mean, the score was tight. Like it was everything you could ask for a playoff game. Like edge of your seat, especially for two teams that I could give two shits about. Like,
Right,
but I'm invested. Like I had a fucking team in this thing.
right.
I'm like, damn. So yeah, it's hockey playoffs is where it's at. I ain't watching no NBA playoffs. I don't, you know me. I don't do
Yeah, I
basketball.
was like, I don't either. But like for like the podcast, I'll check out things and some if something is like, oh my god, then I'll bring
Mhm.
it on here. But like nothing's really gave me an oh my god moment. Like it seems like the same olds are in the NBA playoffs. So I just unless something stands out, like I knew the Knicks were in the playoffs, they're about to be like I think they might be on the verge of elimination. The Cavs are about to be swept. Not
No,
gonna
the Cavs.
watch
No, the Cavs are actually predicted to win the whole thing.
the.
Are they? I thought they were ahead in their series.
Oh yeah, that's right. Look, now I'm all broken.
Oh, you're all spicy Pete.
See, now look at this.
Very good.
No, I'm like I feel it's like I'm not here.
I can see you fine.
Well, thank you, but now I'm like stuck on you.
You're not like John Cena.
Look, see, look, I don't get it. As I feel like I see a box, like
Uh-huh.
half a box of me when I'm recording. I don't
I
know.
mean,
Can you see all of me?
as far as I can see, it's like you never left.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
I don't
all
know.
right. I'm just gonna keep rolling. Fuck
I
it.
don't know if the other viewers can see, but
I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know.
yeah, for and here's the thing. I just corrected you on the Cavs when I say I don't watch the NBA
I
playoffs.
look at you.
But I get what little NBA news I get from again watching McAfee every day. So
Trying to watch DreamWorks Home.
I'm sorry. Are we bothering you?
Yes, I'm trying to watch.
And you're trying to watch something?
Yep.
Yeah. It's because you're a
what are
rock
we
star.
watching? What are we watching?
He's trying to watch DreamWorks Home.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know. I'm let it fly. I don't care.
okay,
I
okay.
don't know. If you see me, fucking, I don't care. Maybe
I
this is
see.
just my John Cena era. We only see a piece of me. Like,
Yeah, you're gonna take the title and run.
I mean, I'm gonna ruin podcasting.
Way to go, Dirk.
I know, right? But I mean, on your end, you can see me in the full box.
Yeah, it's like you never left.
All right. Well, if people see something different, then fuck it. Let me know in the comments, whatever. Um. So I was like, I didn't get a chance to watch any playoffs. Um. I told you, like, I got the car has trouble. I got the car in the shop right now.
Yeah,
I forgot how fucking expensive that labor is when you take it to a mechanic.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's a bitch. So I'm using the Brandy's, the old lady's car for the week. But so we went, of course, took her to dinner to Church Brew Works. That was a fun time. We enjoyed it. We got a chance to watch Sinners.
Oh yeah,
That movie's fucking incredible. That movie is really good.
yeah.
So if anybody hasn't seen it, I know everybody should know by now. I'm not a spoiler. I don't spoil anything. And for my Doctor Who fans, no spoilers. My River song comes out. I would not do spoilers. No spoilers. But it's really good. So it's like Michael B. Jordan plays twins,
Oh,
and they come down from Chicago because they worked for Capone,
yeah.
obviously. So it's around like that old timey wimey. Like they go back to Mississippi where it's like motherfuckers are using like Confederate money, or I think it was like slave money. Like they
Hmm.
had their own currency. And like so they try to run like a joint for the night, so they have all this money from Al Capone. Like they're
Hmm.
robbing shit and whatnot. And then you find out that like there's this Irish guy who's basically like a head vampire. And he eventually they try to get in the juke joint. Like that's what they try to do. And I mean, it follows um old vampire shit, like they can't come in unless you allow them in.
Oh,
Yeah, but it was fucking wild, like really good. I really enjoyed it. Good music was in it too. Like it's just the comedic shit in it, but then like of course you have Haley Steinfeld, which that fucking bitch is so funny. Like she has so many like god damn girl lines in that movie
mhm.
that you're like, all right, okay. Like, but I recommend it. A buddy of mine also told me to check out The Working Man or whatever for the new Jason Statham movie.
Yeah, New Statham. Yeah,
And I was like, I mean, bro, if you kind of seen one, haven't you seen them all?
yeah,
Like, come on, he made a fucking movie about being a beekeeper.
yeah. Transporter. He always plays a working man. This
Yeah,
one, they said we can't figure out a specific job, so you're just a working man.
you're just a working man. You're gonna stop human trafficking. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
So
haven't. We uh we haven't watched. We did. I finally did watch the Venom movie, which that's been out forever. But I finally watched that.
The Last Dance,
Yeah, and then we watched something else, and I don't remember what it was now.
really?
Yeah, it wasn't it. Again, I think it was. If I remember correctly, it was something that's been out. I just am finally getting around to it. I've been focused on some series right now. Like I finished Daredevil, which was so good. The new
You
Star
keep
Wars,
talking about what you watched. I'm gonna try to reassert myself in here. Keep going.
the new Star Wars series Andor's out now, so I gotta start watching that. What else did we watch? Oh, those of you that are fans, Last of Us season 2 just started. Well, not just started. There's 3 episodes.
Hey, I made it back. So
Okay.
if I was going for all this time, my bad. But you touched on The Last of Us. If anybody has not watched this show by now, it's fucking fantastic.
Are you watching this season yet?
I have not watched this season because I'm giving a little bit of a build up.
Woo! Let me tell you, brother. No spoilers, but let me tell you, brother.
My show don't spoil.
No, no. Look, Jane watched season 1 with me here and there. She would jump in and out. She did watch the end with me, so she knew what happened at the end.
Well, first things first. Before I don't mean to cut you off. Did you play the games?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I played the first one. I never finished the second one. I played, I think, like close to 50% of it, but I didn't get any further. So I don't. So some of the show might be a surprise to me because I don't know. I don't know.
Continue. Sorry.
So I was watching it the other night. I was watching episode 2 last week, and Jane was like, "Wait, is this that Last of Us show?" And I was like, or she called it the video game show, and I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I didn't know it started again," and I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, dude." She 5-10 minutes. She goes, "All right, I'm invested." She was like, "I." She was like, she was getting like we had just finished dinner. She was going up to get a shower and get ready for to call it a night for school. She was like, "Nope, we're watching this."
Yeah.
So then yesterday I picked her up from work and I was like, "I waited." And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "It's Sunday. New episode of Last of Us came out." She was like, "God damn you, Dad."
Yeah.
She's like, "Let me get my food. We'll sit down." So me and her sat
Right.
down. I
Hey,
guess it's,
hey, those fucking mushrooms mean fucking business. All right.
let me
Those
tell you,
them
they
shrooms mean business. They're not the good kind. All right.
let me tell you, bro. There's some shit. Okay, I'm not spoiling anything because you played the games. You remember how in the games, especially I think it was more in season 2, the the diseased, they got smarter.
Yes.
They weren't just Walking Dead type
Walking
people.
Dead type. Yeah.
Bro, they played on that in the show
Okay.
to a whole but took it to a
To a whole
new
nother level.
like we got to amp this up for the
You gotta
show.
amp this shit up.
But I was like, okay, yep, they did do some of that. I was like, that kind of happens, but not like that.
Right.
Like,
I mean, I'll give them that because like um so we'll get off basis for a second. Like they stay true to the game. They really kind of do. I mean,
yeah,
like they amplify it, obviously, probably for more dramatic
something
effect.
something big happens in episode 2, and Jane literally was on the edge of her seat, like she was gripping the armrest, like what the hell? Like she's so invested in it, which I was like, and she looks at me and she goes, "Why are you not mad? Like what is wrong with you?" And I was like, I knew that was going to happen
It's
because it
part of the
happened.
fucking game.
It's like it was leading up the exact way the game led up.
Yeah.
Again, they twisted it just a little bit, but it was
Yeah.
still like you knew what was coming. And then um, again, I don't really want to. I don't want to say this is a spoiler because again, like I think this happened in game 2, but I don't remember if I reached this part. There was a certain group of people that you run into in the game. They were like almost like a religious. They were like archers.
Okay. Yeah.
They introduced them in season 2.
Okay.
So
Okay.
how I couldn't remember how far along they were in the
Yeah.
game.
I mean, if they're, I don't know. To be honest, I would have to literally go back and play the remasters.
I know,
What's the
and,
matter,
and I,
Dad?
Nothing. I'm recording. What's up?
I'm recording to the camera.
You want to record from my camera?
I did.
You can. You want to? No. You no. Not. Sorry. I thought we were gonna have a Xander cameo, but
we
no
had his arm in
pictures.
there. He
No
kind of waved.
pictures. No
He waved.
pictures. No autographs.
He waved from your shoulder. But yeah, so because that's another thing too is like they could have introduced this group whenever they felt like in the show. They didn't have to stay true to the when they introduced them in the game.
Yeah.
So, but I again like I'm at this point where I'm like, okay, I'm trying to remember what I remember from game 2 now that we're in season 2. Like I don't know how much of the story has jumped ahead or whatever
Right.
in this. So it's good. This week was one of those episodes where it was a storyteller. You know,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
a we gotta do this episode to prolong for a future incident.
Like they did
So
in one.
yeah, so I'm like, oh, this episode it was good, but it was like they were trying to get you all in your feels.
Yeah. Like the one in season one was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you were like, oh damn, okay. And then like how that ended and wrapped, you were like, in the same way, you were like in your feelings. You were like, God damn,
Yeah,
man, that sucked.
I'm telling you what though, they jump. I mean, season 2, episode 1 right into the action, like back to the heavy shit. I'm like, man. And then episode 2, you're like, oh, okay, like this is what we're doing. Like this
Yeah,
is some shit.
yeah.
And then, like I said, and now we're into episode 3, where you're like, all right, you got us hooked for 1 and 2. Like you really put some shit out there, but now you're bringing us back down to reality a little bit.
What they had to do is they had to they let it cook. Now it's just
They
simmering.
cooked, bro. That
Now it's
shit was.
simmering.
I don't even know if it was simmering. Like they went from straight flame broiled to smoked. Like it was like
My
they
only,
letting that shit linger for a good bit.
I was telling, I was telling Brandy, my only gripe with The Last of Us is in the game, the apocalypse starts here
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh. And then when we watched it, I was like, I ain't no motherfucking Pittsburgh.
No,
Okay.
they only they went they touched on Pittsburgh in the one episode,
Yeah.
but they didn't. It was I had to explain that to Jane, and I think Donna had watched it a little bit too. The first season, like in the game, it was so much more.
Yeah.
Like you woke up in downtown Pittsburgh to start the
Yeah.
game.
Like when in the show, when like shit hits the fan,
Yeah,
in the game, you see like downtown Pittsburgh. And I was like, that's hard. Like,
yeah,
that's hard.
because at one point, like I said, you like wake up in an abandoned build, almost like an office building,
Yes.
and you look out, and it's almost like you're looking down like Penn Avenue or Liberty Avenue,
Yes.
like towards the point.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for that moment, but we really didn't get it. And I'm like, we got fucking giraffes instead. What the hell?
Yeah,
Like
right. I was like, okay. All right. You guys pulled a fast one. I'll give you that.
now the major city that they're focused on is Seattle.
Okay. Okay.
So again, for anybody that's played the games, that's and I don't think it's like the main focus point of this whole season. It's just that's just
Yeah, because that's part of the story is
yeah.
it was trying to get her over there.
Yeah. So and they introduced a new character. I'm not going to say who it is, but the actress through like Jane even was like, "Oh crap, that's so like." If anybody watched Man with a Plan, the Tim Allen show, the before where he was the outdoor guy,
Yeah.
his daughter Eve, the one that left for the military, she's now a new character in the show.
She came back during the fucking mushroom apocalypse.
Yeah, she's really good. She's like so far her character, like she plays this character really good. Like I'm like, damn, she's a good actress. Like I
Yeah.
wish I knew her. I wish I knew her for more than just the outdoor show with Tim
Yeah,
Allen.
right. But like the thing with The Last of Us, it's very captivating. It follows the game and the story. But like that's where I was like, we'll turn for a minute. I watched the Resident Evil Netflix series.
Oh yeah, that I didn't like that.
I didn't. I got through like 2 and I was like, this is not making no fucking sense. And then it was like trying to time lapse you where it's like the outbreaks already happened. I'm like, why aren't we just talking about
Because
like follow the
this
story?
series is about how the outbreak made its way over to London.
Yeah, it's something weird. But
And
I
here's
was
the
like,
thing too is the so Netflix went to the creators of the Raccoon City movie and they wanted to make that so they wanted to make the Netflix series like the sequel to Raccoon City
yeah,
because they were like, "Oh, well you guys had the outbreak da 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 like you've had the story. Now let us say this is what happens post your movie." And I think was that Rockstar, whoever it was that made it, they were like,
Capcom.
"No, we're good, we're good."
Yeah,
Which I'm glad because if they would have tied those two together, that would have killed everything that the new movie did. Because that movie was another thing that was so based off the game.
off the game. Like that was yeah. That's the only thing to me. Like as an OG like gamer, if you make a movie off of a game, I'm like locked into it. Where I'm like, nope, you're wrong. Or a TV show, and I'm like, wrong, wrong. But like with The Last of Us, the only thing I said that was like wrong was the beginning. Like that
Yeah,
was it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, and then like I'm following along with like the whole outbreak and all that, and I was like, yeah, all right, yeah, well, cool, all right,
I think Last of Us 2, like I think people are intrigued and watch that, especially if you're a fan of like The Walking Dead. Like I
yeah,
don't feel like Last of Us you had to play the games to know what's going
no,
on.
absolutely
It's just,
not,
it's just a good post-apocalyptic show.
right. But the game was fucking incredible.
But if you're a fan of the games and know the games, then yes, you're going to be more intrigued.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Pardon me.
I
Alexa, lamp on 100.
don't be turning mine on, dude.
Oh, Woody, well, I don't know what you named your electronics, so
Yeah, don't do that. Well, if you just
I
say
had
her
to
name,
turn
all of a
mine.
sudden, next thing you know, I have the robots running my whole fucking house. I'm like, oh god.
I know. My mom does that. Sometimes I'll be on video chat with my mom and she'll yell for hers and then mine will start going off.
Yeah, right. You'll see the little ball, the little fucking light thing
Yeah.
underneath of her. I'm like, no, god damn it.
Yeah. No, I had to turn on it. But yeah, Last of Us has been pretty good. Like I said, and then I finished Daredevil. I got to start Andor, the Star Wars series. If anybody's likes that, that was pretty good. Um,
We started watching the Americas.
oh, the with Tom Hanks.
Yeah, dude, that shit's dope.
That's good. Yeah, me and Donald was
That's
some
good fucking watching right there, bro.
on a Sunday.
Except
You got nothing else going on. You just plop it on.
right, but except like we'll sit there, right? So we were sitting there watching it, and like Sunday, I was like just tired, so I took a nap, and I like woke up and I said, "Bram, what I miss?" She's like, "Nothing." Like, and I was like, "Okay," but I mean, there was, I think it was like the first episode, and you had like the horses like butt up against each other.
Oh
And
yeah,
I was like, here we go. I was like, I want to see some fucking action. All of a sudden, like he went to go kick him and he barely missed him. I was like, son of a bitch.
I know.
And
Did
then
you
I'm
see
like,
the pole like the Arctic one with the wolves and the polar bear?
yeah, dude,
I was like,
dude.
oh shit.
But like, I get excited because I'm thinking shit's gonna go down.
Well, then I feel bad. I'm like, oh, that polar bear is about to get outnumbered. He's gonna get eaten. Like, oh, this is fucked up. Like,
Right. Like I sit there and go, like, man, I want drama. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because there's no way, like, you're watching this shit and drama didn't happen,
yeah,
right? You know, and it's just it's nature, so it's part of life. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And the fact that I'm not seeing it is pissing me off because I'm like, dude, fucking one of those fucking jaguars mauled somebody.
yeah.
Or
Or they'll
like,
go to like, I get intrigued too. Like, they'll go to like the rainforest or something, and
yeah, that shit was dope.
they'll follow like lizards or like little like tree frogs and things around, and I'm like,
Yep.
who the fuck is keeping up with this quick ass lizard to film this shit? Like,
Right.
I want to see the behind the scenes of some dude chasing this fucking lizard through the trees of the rainforest.
There was one where I forget. Yeah. So there were like these monarch butterflies in the rainforest, and
Yeah,
they're like swarmed all around this fucking tree. And I was like, one, it's gross, but two, I was like, man, you know what? Like judging by the camera shot, it's beautiful. Like it's really
yeah,
cool. But then I'm like, who the fuck would just be in the middle of all the butterflies like this? Is a great idea.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy. The the camera angles and everything's in like that like 8K. It's like, and then they'll do like those slow mo shots, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's
Like, did you see the one where like there's that I forget where like the region is, but there's a bee. It's probably in like South America, but there's like the bee trying to get like the nectar and all this stuff for like its own perfume.
oh yeah, yeah,
And it fucking zoomed in on the bee, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
yeah. You can see like the pollen on it.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like and then here's the other part of me that's like, we watch it. Hey, look at you, fancy pants. Um, uh, we're talking about National Geographic stuff.
Sorry, Sam, we're talking about the Americas on Peacock.
With Tom Hanks narrating.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say I just recently saw what is it called? Life on Our Planet on Netflix with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but we
Hold
got
on.
Tom Hanks, not
You got
Morgan
Tom
Freeman.
Hanks and Morgan Freeman?
What app is it on?
It's not. It's on Peacock.
It's on Peacock.
Oh, okay.
You can watch it every Sunday at 8 o'clock.
The Americas.
Yeah, it's on cable. It's like, you got Woody. telling you about the bugs and the birds and the lizards.
The bees and the flowers and the trees.
And then,
Butterflies.
and then he'll just find a random volleyball and he'll be like, "Hell," and this is Wilson.
Yeah, right. He's just floating. That's fine. No big deal.
Oh, yeah.
They yeah, like it's I don't know, like I was like, is this the old person in me enjoying like national?
Dude, that's how it was with me and Bernie. I was like, I'm sitting here literally like this going, did we just waste like 3 hours watching like National Geographic shit? I was like, I
Yeah.
could have been like mowing the lawn, painting the house, doing something. But them fucking polar bears about to get eaten.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, but
Or I'll
I
watch
have
it
to
too.
invest in it.
I'll watch it too, and I'm like, can we get like some voiceovers for the animals, like like you see like on Instagram, or you'll see, or like I'm like, can we get like a Timon and Pumbaa little thing going on here?
Dude,
Like,
so that was the best part is as we're watching it, right? So, because like Tom Hanks is doing like the narration and shit like that.
yeah,
But
he's being
man,
educational.
yeah, but I'm sitting there going, that fucking horse out there, like, man, you better not kick me in my goddamn face. Whoa, hold on, motherfucker.
Yeah,
So I'm doing that shit, and Brandon just keeps going. I was like, look, we gotta make our own fucking commentary. I mean, like, these horses ain't gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? It made me feel like did you ever see the video of Snoop Dogg with the mongoose?
oh yeah, that's funny.
Yes.
Yes, dude. That's what made me
That's what
like
I'm
think.
waiting for. Like, I want one of those episodes to just be voiceovers from, or even if they get like the whole Toy Story cast. You get Tim Allen over there. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you get everybody. Just pick an
Well,
animal. Like, all right, you want the bumblebee, you get to be the bumblebee.
right.
You get to be the horse fighting the other horse.
Well,
If I were to choose, I don't know if it's an animal, but right now, I could really be a shark right now. They've survived long before, the dinosaurs. They've been around then, so they've got great survival skills, right? Like, you swim around, mate, eat, like, not a care in the world. I'm down. I'll be shark.
there was an episode where there was like this big ass school of fish. I can't put a name on the fish, but they use these sharks as like the sharks are like a decoy and they swim in the middle of the fucking fish.
Oh yeah,
And one thing went like, oh, and the whole school was like, took off. That shark was like, motherfuckers, you really? Like, man, I was watching your asses. Now they know I'm here. But goddamn.
yeah. They're like those. They're little fish, but they're like long.
Yeah, and they're like
Not
a
like
giant
real
fish.
long.
So like,
They're like skinny. Like, yeah. Like,
yeah,
I know
they
what you're
swim
talking
like
about.
right with the fucking shark. And they would just
Mhm.
like twitch, and all of a sudden the shark's like, motherfuckers.
It's like their bodyguard.
Yeah, that's what they were using them as a bodyguard so they wouldn't get eaten.
That shark. That shark starts fucking singing some Whitney Houston.
I thought you called the shark a fart. I was like, fucking shark, fucking farts. God damn him.
I was watching videos of people stuttering today, so I've kind of it's
It's fine. It's fine.
caught up.
But they showed like orcas like hunting fucking dolphins, and I was like, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Wait,
whoa.
orcas were fucking dolphins? Is that what you just said?
No, fighting
What?
dolphins.
Oh, fight in. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
If
they
My
it
had
was
bad.
a
Sharpies.
fucking
They had
dolphin, I'd have been
Sharpies.
like, you have
Fucking
me fucking invested. I'd have been like, let's see what happens later. Because one, I was looking for some like animals to throw down. I mean, I was telling Eric before you came on, I like it's part of nature, like established like dominance and whatnot, especially in different species. And then you hear about this orca pack that goes and fights and kills dolphins, and I was like,
Mhm.
whoa, wait. So you just tell me Willie out here just beating people's asses? See what happens when homie let him over that fucking thing in Free Willy? He didn't know what he was getting into. He didn't know
no.
that,
They
Willie
joined the
had a
wrong
gang.
gang.
Yeah, he didn't know Willie had a gang over there and they're gonna fuck up bottlenose dolphins. Like he's just out there, he's like, man, we're gonna show him how it is. We're gonna show him how it is. Yeah, and then fucking one kick flip one like fucking in the air. I was like, God damn. Like it's entertaining to watch, but at the same time, you're like, I'm really into like a nature special. Like I really
Yeah.
am into it. I'm just
Like
like,
an episode will be over, and I'm like, I just watched that, and they'll be like, and on the next
yeah,
episode, and I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, guess I'm watching this one too. I guess fuck it.
And then they'll sit there and they'll
Yeah, I
start
have
talking.
all opportunity to change the channel, but I don't.
But I didn't. I was just like, Yes, sir, Tom Hanks. You know what? I do want to see what's happening in the Arctic.
Yeah.
Let it play. Fucking, I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. But that was the best when I took that nap and fucking woke up and I looked at Brandon. I was like, "What I missed?" She's like, "Nothing." Like, just she's like, "Nature." I was like, "All right, cool. Just
A,
checking."
a monkey swung from a tree to another tree, ate a banana. That's about it.
Right, that's it. You know,
Speaking of bananas, did you know that I learned that I've been peeling bananas the wrong way all my life?
wait.
What you do in your personal time, in your
Yeah,
personal
right.
space,
What you
is
do is
personal.
what you do. All right.
Like I know we share on here, but Sam,
But like Sam,
No, I'm dead ass. I've always peeled a banana from like the long stem, right?
no.
Apparently you're supposed to, yeah, see, I didn't know that. I didn't know that you're supposed to peel the banana from the other end.
Why do you think it's so hard to snap that, like the stem?
yeah.
Like it's like by the
But I've
time
never
you,
had an issue. It's never been hard for me to do.
sounds like it was. You've never opened the banana and that end squished to hell and back because you were fighting with the stem.
And as soon as you
No.
grabbed it, went like this, it was like, oh shit, now it's in my nanner.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe because I always use my nail and I peel it back. I don't like snap it back. I don't know.
Sam's just like saying fuck it anymore, grabbing a banana in the middle, like fuck this. I don't give a fucking shit.
Like the freeze pop thing. I didn't know. Like that
I
was
didn't
a
know about the
that was
freeze
like a
pop.
hack, I guess you could call it, that threw me for a loop. I was like, I should have been fucking them, breaking them in the middle this whole time.
Instead, we're sitting there like fucking pulling on our teeth and whatever, or like our parents be like, "What do you need scissors for?" What the fuck you mean? What do I need scissors for? You want me to fucking lose my teeth? Use your teeth. All right, cool.
And then you cut
Meanwhile,
the
you
end
just
off,
break
and then
them.
you got that little piece. You're like, don't lose that. I gotta eat that
Yeah,
piece.
don't lose that. That's the good shit right there. That's the juice in the end. Don't fuck around. Don't fuck around. When I
Yeah,
saw that girl, she was like, snap. I was like, you fucking motherfuckers.
yeah.
I was like,
But you know, if I tried that shit, it wouldn't work.
no, you know what it would have did is like Sam with the fucking banana. It would
Squished
just
and all
slam.
juice
I would have
everywhere.
like, now what?
A grape all over my brand new shorts. Fuck this shit.
Right? I'd have just been sitting there like, now can I have the fucking scissors? Jesus Christ. How'd you find this out? Like,
I was watching some reel. I think it was on Instagram, and like yeah, it was like a food one, and they were scooping the bananas. Like they peel the bananas, but they scoop the inside of the banana, and then
I've
they
seen it,
layered
yeah.
it with chocolate and like put a pastry. Yeah, and that's how I found out I was peeling the banana the wrong way.
And you just started salivating now the fucking banana, like you're gonna get it over shit right
I went out and I bought more bananas because of it. So
It's like nobody told me I shouldn't use my teeth to peel the banana.
Yeah, right.
I literally went through the comments because I was like, I cannot be the only one wondering why they were peeling this banana the wrong way. And they were like, no, they were actually peeling it correctly. And I'm like, fuck.
Right. Yeah. I mean, hey, you learn something new every day, right? So
Yeah.
shit.
Look,
That,
Sam's been
that
hanging
right
out
here.
with them. She was in the middle of those monarch butterflies. Look at her. She got them hanging from her ears.
Mhm.
Yeah, see? Yeah. That shit was cool, man. Like there was just a big old tree with monarch butterflies all around it. I was like, this is my Sunday. All right. Yeah, cool. All right. I enjoyed it, but then I was like, I could be doing something else. Like, oh my god, there was other things to do. But
I know. I made that mistake yesterday. I was like, all right, I'm up early. I'm going to get out and cut the grass, do this shit before I got to get Jane to work. And I got laundry to do, da da da. Yeah, and then I found golf. I was like, oh, shit.
you must have been really bored.
I'm not moving. I can watch golf. It doesn't, like, I say this because, like, I mean, for like, I know, like, you've gone to the driving range with me. Like, we've gone out and done guys' day at the driving range, whatever. But like, I feel like out of all of us, I'm the only one that actually goes out on a course and plays golf.
I
Wait.
haven't went on a golf course and played golf in probably about 26, 7 years.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So I think that makes it easier for me to watch it.
Do you? Because there's
I
mean,
do every weekend.
I've gone out on a mini golf course. Does that count?
Your height has nothing to do with it, Sam.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Me and Paul were just golfing. Well, I don't know how long ago that was.
yeah,
We went to
golfing
that one
weekend.
down in the Strip District, the indoor miniature golf thing.
Yeah, that
Putt Jack.
was yeah. The
That
putt
was
shop
cool.
was nice. I mean, like I'll do that. I'm with you, Sam. I'll do that shit all day.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Like,
Especially if I have a
listen,
fucking
here,
beer in
this
my
was
hand. You're
me.
damn right.
So I went outside, did my yard work, did some things in the house, took the kid to work, came home, and I'm like, it's a nice day. I washed the car, went to the car wash, cleaned and detailed the car. I'm like, man, it's still a nice day, and it's early as shit. I sat outside in my front yard cleaning my golf clubs.
You're so old.
You clean your balls too?
Give him a little washing.
No, I gotta buy new ones actually.
You gotta buy new balls. You better buy
I
them.
gotta buy new. I'm gonna buy them in a pack.
There you go. You know, hey, well, but like, whatever fucking floats your boat. But I mean, Saturday, like last Saturday, it was just so crazy. So of course Friday, like Samantha was with us out at dinner,
Mhm.
and it was like nice, content, like the
Mhm.
weather wise. And then
Yeah.
we went to bed. I woke up Saturday. I was like, dude, like it's fucking cold in here. And then
Yeah.
I was like, maybe should nope, don't touch that fucking heater. Don't touch that fucking heater because it's not gonna be worth it. And then we just kind of just mowed around, really didn't do nothing. Then that's when we kind of watched the Americas. And then Sunday, I went with my dad and my niece Riley to lunch, and it was beautiful out again.
Mhm.
Like it was like like April-ish weather, like a nice mild 60, 70, where it's like still breezy. But I went with my dad. I swear my dad makes every podcast in some way. So this is why Sam's dad and my dad will eventually meet, and I'm just going to record it. So I take my dad. My dad wants us to meet him at the Golden Corral in Robinson Township. And I haven't been to the Golden Corral, and I cannot tell you how long. But my dad wanted to go. So I was like, all right, cool, we'll meet you there. We'll have lunch, whatever. And Brandy's never went. So I was like, well, you're in for a fucking treat because this is like the shit show of shit shows,
Yeah.
especially on a weekend. So we're sitting there, and my dad just keeps doing this side eye, like just. I was like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" He was like, "Well, that fucking bitch keeps staring at me." I was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 what? Like, dude, calm the fuck. Who's staring at you?" He's like, "Her, right fucking there. I'm gonna get up in a fucking minute." I was like, "Dude, come. All right, what the fuck?" First, my dad's talking about a goddamn sign that's like a sign, and a woman just staring at him.
Oh.
Yes, but he was so amped, like he was about to get up out of the fuck. I was like, dude, whoa. Call. Then I turned around, I was like, that fucking sign, because there was nobody behind us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I was like, you mean this fucking sign right here? Are you fucking kidding me right now? And he was like, yeah, tell that bitch to get her eyes off me. This is my fucking, this is my food or some shit like that. I was like, you're fucking serious right now? Like, dude, what the fuck? So I was like, okay. I was like, all right, it's just my dad being my dad. So, like, Eric, like, it's just my dad being my dad.
Yeah.
So then we get like our plates and we come back, and my dad said something, and he's like, look at her. Because my dad is such a state the obvious person. And I said, if it's that fucking sign, Dad, I'm going to fucking throw my fucking Diet fucking Coke in your face. And he was like, no, look at this old lady trying to get a cookie. And I was like, okay. So I look over, and the lady is taking her tongs. And as I'm trying not to laugh because I didn't find it funny. It's just how my dad expressed it. So her hands are shaking because she's an older lady. So she has the tongs, and she's pulling it back, and it's shaking, and the fucking cookie is crumbling. And my dad's like,
Aw.
"You gotta be quicker. Next thing you know, it'll be just fucking crumbs." I was like, "Dad." I was like, "Dude, what?" I was like, "What if she has palsy or something?" He's like, "Then somebody better palsy her ass the fucking cookies."
That's
I
why
was
people
like,
can't.
I was like, dude, I'll go and get the cookie or whatever. He's like, no, No, that way she brings it back next year. You can take all her cookies and put it in the sundae, and you don't have to break them all up. I was like, you fucking motherfucker! Like,
Listen,
I was like,
this
you're
is
such a prick.
we went to the mall. We went to the mall Saturday. I feel the same way you did. Like I got up, we walked out the house. I was like, "What the fuck happened out here?" Like,
Absolutely.
see my breath, and it's like noon.
Yes.
So we went out to the mall, and Donna had dialysis earlier that day because some things delayed. Whatever. So she had dialysis on Saturday, which she normally doesn't. So we got to the mall, and she was like, "I haven't eaten yet today. I'm a little hungry." And I'm like, "Well, Jane wants to go downstairs to the shoe store. Her friend works there. She wants to visit and look at a pair of shoes." I was like, "There's an Annie Ann's right in the middle of the mall, right there. We'll just grab you, a pretzel or whatever and get a drink." She's like, "Okay." We walk down. There's a guy and his kid in front of us, and there's no one at the like register. And there's two guys that have like their back turns to us, and they're like making and working on pretzels.
Yeah.
Wow, this motherfucker with pigtails. Woo! He turns around and he's like, "Oh, I'm coming right over." Jane kicked me in the shin and was like, "Dad, shut up." I was like, I didn't even say anything. She goes, "I
But
know
she
better."
knew. She
He knew.
knew.
She walked. So we walked up. The guy, the guy and his son. He was like, "Can I get this?" Like two. He said whatever, two pretzels. And the guy was like, "Well, do you have your app?" And he was like, "What?" He was like, "Do you have your app? Because if you have your app, it's free pretzel day." Like this guy was so super over the top, like
Okay, yeah.
so over the top. And he was like, "I have it, but I don't have it downloaded." He goes, "Well, if you step aside and download that app right now, I will get you a free pretzel, sir."
He's
And
selling him on the free pretzel. He's like, if you don't get this shit moving, you ain't getting a free one.
so the guy's like, "All right, that's cool." So the guy steps aside, and then he was like, "You guys can go." Like I'm like, "All right." So we step up, and he goes, "Do you have your Annie Ann's pretzel app?" And I was like, "Nope," and I'm not downloading it either.
Yeah, right?
He
Like,
was
man, I
like,
ain't got time for your shit.
"He's like, but it's free pretzel day," and I was like, "I'm not worried about it. I'm just paying for whatever it is that I buy. I just want to get my stuff and go." I mean, he was very nice. He got us our pretzels and stuff, and then he goes, "Oh," he looks at Donna and he goes, "I love your shirt, and it says Mom." And she was like, "Oh, thank you." And then he looks at Jane and he goes, "And that's a very pretty brown you're wearing, girl." And then he looks at me and he goes, "And don't worry, I like your gray shirt too." And I said, "Thanks. It's from Walmart." Like,
Appreciate you. It's
I
not
was
a
like,
Walmart shirt.
we walked away and Jane goes, "Why did you have to say something when he was trying to be nice about the shirts?" And I was like, "I mean, it's just a plain gray T-shirt. Like I wasn't
There's
like,
nothing. There's nothing. It's
like I
nothing to
understood he
it.
complimented Donna's. It had, it was like a shirt Jane had gotten her for Mother's Day or whatever. I was like, it's just it is what it is. I was like, mine was just a plain ass gray T-shirt, and he was like,
But he
"Don't
didn't
worry,
want to.
sir. I like your gray shirt too." And I was like, "Oh man, you know who he
He
reminded
didn't
me
want to
of?
leave you out, bro.
Because he was a, how can I say this nicely? He was like a big jolly guy.
Okay.
He's a little heavier set with the pigtails, like the Wendy's girl pigtail. Like he
Hey,
had it going on. But he reminded me of he died recently. Leslie, the little short guy from he was on Will and Grace, the little gay guy, Leslie something.
oh yeah, yeah. The older guy.
Yeah, he was an older guy.
Yeah,
He reminded me of like a young version of him, like just that over the top flamboyant,
I would have
like.
took that fucking compliment then. Been
But he
like, yeah, all
almost.
right.
Well, here's the thing too: is it was. I wanted to question him, like, where does this slight Southern accent come from? Because we're in fucking the middle of South Hills. I don't know where that came out of you.
I
Like
mean,
it was a funny situation. But like you with your dad though, like as soon as that guy came to the register and he opened his mouth, Jane was like, "Shut the fuck up!" Like,
dude, he
don't
wouldn't. He
say
wouldn't
anything.
stop. He just
Now, see,
wouldn't.
unlike your dad, I didn't say anything. Your dad would have.
No, he didn't. He didn't stop at all. And then so he's in front of me, and he's waiting for like a steak or something to get done, and he's like, "Hey, right there, right there." And I was like, "Dad, for real?" He's like, "Fucking whole ass cracks out." You believe this? Fucking, I see the butt trap, the butt fucking bomb, the dude is literally right here in front of my dad.
You
I
don't
was
care.
like, I see it all. He's like, I don't understand. Pull your fucking pants up. You came here after fucking church. It's God's day. God don't want to see your ass crack, and neither do I. I was like, dude, how is this dad? How is
I
this
learned
my
something
dad?
new at Annie Ann's. So when it was our turn and we were ordering, I was like, Donna, what do you want? The cup? Like, what do you want? The cup of like little nuggets, or do you want a pretzel? And she was like, I don't know. And then the guy, so he's like, trying to be helpful. He's like, yeah, what would you like? Would you like a cup of nuggets, or would you like a twisty? And I was like, what? That's just a regular pretzel. You call it a twisty? Like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was what they was specifically called. He called a regular pretzel
A
a twisty.
twisty?
And
I
I
would
was
have
like,
been like, how about just a pretzel, my guy?
I was like, I guess, like, I'm like, then looking at the menu, like, does it say that up there? Like, did I miss something?
Or did he just knock it out of the park real quick with a one take and like, you want a twisty?
Well, right next to them, they put a Cinnabon. And we walked past there first, and I looked at Donna and I was like, do not think you're walking over there and getting no cinnamon booties. And she was like, what? I was like, no cinnamon booties for you. That shit is expensive. One cinnamon roll is like $8-9.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Cinnabon's ridiculous.
I was like, screw that. I was like, we're going to go
Cinnabon
right
is
next door
diabetic's like worst nightmare.
and get us a pretzel. Hey, listen, you'll be proud of us. We didn't even get the cinnamon sugar pretzels. We got plain regular butter pretzels.
I am, but still that butter can be a little bit crazy.
And then I got the extra large Coke with sugar.
With sugar. Yeah, I had to balance it out in some way.
I don't think they didn't have anything that was sugar. And Dawn, again, it was more for her because she did, like, with dialysis. She was
Yeah,
not.
for sure.
We shared it, so I didn't even drink the whole thing myself.
Well, like, so we're like when we're in line to get like our drinks before you go pay at Golden Corral.
Yeah.
They looked at me and I was like, yeah, I'm looking because I'm looking for like Coke Zero. I was like, I'll just take a Diet Coke. My dad was like, fuck is wrong with you? I was like, the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, I'm watching my sugar. What are you doing? You know what? I think I'll have a lemonade with an unsweetened iced tea in it. I was like, that doesn't make no fucking sense. I was like, how about just the unsweetened iced tea? Nope, I'm good. Okay, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. It's his choice, whatever. So it was me, him, both of us at the table by ourselves. And I was like, dude, like real talk. I was like, you're gonna end up fucking going and having like diabetic fucking shock. He's like, I mean, I'm on my way out anyway, so what's the big fucking deal? I was like, dude, what? So I was like, well, that's not one way to put it. That like, don't put it that way. He's like, I'm on the back end of a fucking, I'm on the back nine. He was like, I watch what I do. He was like, but sometimes it's like, fuck it. He's like, how about this? He's like, if I want that fucking icy from that icy machine, I'ma fucking get it. I was like, okay, man, do you, whatever. You know what I mean?
Your dad reminds me of my client. She just turned 100 years old on Friday. And so she was like, you know, her family threw her like a surprise birthday party. So she was too overwhelmed to actually eat or anything like that, right? So Saturday, the caregiver before me gave her a slice of cake with breakfast. And I gave her a slice for lunch, and now it's dinner time and she wants another slice of cake. So I'm like, all right, let's go. So like I give her a third slice of cake and I'm talking to her and I was like, so 100 years, huh? And she's like, yeah. I was like, well, what's your secret? And she's digging into her cake, taking this huge bite. She's like, I just eat healthy.
I'd have been like, I see that. Word.
I asked my great grandfather that. We were visiting him because his last few years with us, he had to be put in a like a nursing or care home. I mean, he was still functional. It's just that he was starting to get dementia and that, and going blind. So it was like he could be on his own, but needed help. It was just easier than having a home nurse. But anyways, we were there visiting him the one day, and I was like, Pap, I was like, how? Because he was in his mid-90s. I was like, how'd you do it, dude? You're still good, healthy as a horse. Like, what? It's just the eyes a little bit. I was like, how did you last this long? He goes, I'm gonna tell you the secret. And he does that, like, look around, like, Nobody's listening. And first off, I'm like, you're blind, so I don't know who you're looking for because you can't see them. And then he goes, a can of beer and a Tylenol every day. That's what keeps me going. And I was like, just one can of beer and one single Tylenol? He goes, yeah. I was like, well, fuck, I got to start that regiment. Like,
if it works and it got him there, you know,
any special beer? He goes, I think he was typical, like, icy like guy, you know?
Yeah. But like, look at his, and then look at like Sam's 100-year-old client.
Yeah.
Like, they're just the 100-year-old client's probably like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
She has dementia, and I felt so bad, but like at the same time, I couldn't help but chuckle. So like, Sunsetters kicks in now about like 4 o'clock-ish, right? So by 7 o'clock, she's ready for bed. She's just done. So she looks at me and she goes, because I always have my hair up, and she goes, "Do folks your age always wear your hairstyle like that?" I was like, it varies. Some have it down, some put it up in a ponytail. It varies. She's like, oh, okay. She goes, well, then how old are you? I was like, well, I'm almost 40, honey. And she goes, oh. And then she goes, well, how old am I? And I go, how old do you think you are? She goes, oh, I know, I'm 90. And I smile, and she's like, what? That's not it? I was like, no, sweetheart, you're higher than that. She goes, 92. I was like, nope. I was like, you turned 100 the other day. Her whole face went white. Her eyes bulged. Her jaw dropped. And she looked at me and went, what? I was
yeah,
like,
right? She's like, wait, hold the fuck up.
and I was like, yeah, sweetheart, you turned 100. And she's like, well, I don't like that shit.
In her
She's
mind,
thinking
like,
she's
"This gotta
still at 8 years before she kicked that age. She's like,
Right, that's what it is. She's just thinking in her head. She's like, wait, what? Why?
I wasted
Well,
8
that's
years.
what
Where
she
the
started
fuck did they
asking me.
go?
She's like, why did you allow me to live this long? And I'm like, do you think I'm God or something?
Yeah, right. You think this was my choice?
Yeah.
Right. Just keep eating that cake. You'll make it there.
I'm just sitting here wondering if I need to put my hair up or down. I don't know.
Yeah, right. But you over here like, oh, all right. I'm just like, damn, okay, shit. But I did want to say that too. So he finishes that iced tea, lemonade, whatever shit.
Yeah.
And then he gets up. He does his thing or whatever. And me, Riley, and Brandy are bullshitting. And he sits down, like, and I shit you not, that fucking cup was full of that fucking blue icy on everything. I said, I looked at him and I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me right now. And he's like, what? I want it. And I felt like he was my kid. I was like, do you really think you should have that? He was like, I wanted it. And the little cuppy things you could, like I'm going to want this much, Paul. Who wants this much of an icy? And I was like, he does have a point. Like, he does have a fucking point.
You can't argue with that logic.
So the waitress comes over and looks at his fucking cup, and she was like, someone used their brain. He was like, I just wanted it. I was like, yeah. I was like, don't antagonize him. Like,
well, if you really wanna, again, it's your dad. He'll probably argue. I don't know why it would make sense for him to be happy about it. Did you see that Turner's is now coming out with zero sugar?
I did.
So they have there's a zero sugar tea and a zero sugar lemonade coming out next week. So you could tell him, like, look, you could just get those and mix them, make your own half and half, and then there's no sugar. He'll still find a way to bitch about it, but
I showed him the cup holders for like the gallon, the carton, whatever. Dude, you thought like God came down again. He was like, is that just a Turner's thing? I was like, no, you could probably just fit a fucking gallon of like tea or whatever in it. I don't know. He's like, oh, sweet baby Jesus. I'm gonna have some lime tea always in my fucking car, just sitting right in the cup holder all the time. I'll be like, Joanne, get your goddamn hand out the way. I'll be like,
hey,
my dad
listen,
would have like a big old crazy straw coming from this shit. Be like,
next time you talk to him, which I will be probably tomorrow. When you talk to him, let him know that Grub and Lazinski got that fucking. I got one sitting in my fucking cup holder in my car.
Oh my god.
I don't have the gallon holder. I don't got that one.
Dude, that's insane. When I saw that, I was like, man, how fucked up are we as society? You're gonna have a fucking cup holder for a gallon of tea?
Yeah, that's a bit much. And I'm thinking too, like the one I have now is perfect. I have like the middle size one, which holds a carton, like the little regular cartons, but it also can hold the mini jugs.
Yeah.
So
That's convenient.
that
You know what I
size is
mean?
perfect. But you know what else is convenient? Is right now I don't have a drink to put in it. It holds a cell phone very nicely in the little cup holder there. So
You found a
yeah,
convenient use for it.
I forgot that I pre-ordered it. Like they had them. It was on their Instagram. Like because everybody thought it was like an April Fool's joke when they advertised them,
But it was legit.
but it was legit. And I'm like, so you had to pre-order it. So I was like, oh, I'll pre-order it. And then I just got mine like a couple days ago. I was sitting here and Donna goes, "You got a package from Turner's?" And I'm like the tea? And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay." She goes, "What'd you order?" And I said, "Obviously, I ordered tea. I don't remember."
Yeah.
And then I opened it and I was like, "Oh fuck! It's my carton. It's my milk crate holder." So that was a
Just
surprise.
the way you say it. It's my milk crate holder.
It is. Well, it is. It's a milk crate.
It's like
It's
stud. It's like, oh, okay. All right. Nobody's
so
getting
yesterday
anything.
I posted on Instagram. I posted that picture. I bought me a little mini jug of some orange drink at the store yesterday, and I went to the car and I said, "Give me that drink." I was like, "Oh fuck, it does fit in there." like,
I
like this
saw
is
that.
so convenient. But here's the thing, though, too, is they were smart about it. So there's like the milk looking crate to hold anything square, their cartons or whatnot. But like the cup, you know how like when you have like a to go cup, they're always narrower to fit in your cup holder.
Mhm.
They hollowed it out all the way down, so you could put a regular circle drink
Yeah.
so it's still multi versatile. It's not like you put that in there like, oh, now I
Yeah.
can only put a square container in it.
Well, that's kind of how it was on Friday night. Like I kept looking at those flight glasses, Sam, and I was like,
Mhm.
bet you we could steal one of them. Brandy's like, no, we're not. I'm like, okay.
I don't know because I feel you that we probably could, but the way that how many times the waiter came over asking if we were okay.
Yeah, right.
He
He was
probably was
flying around
counting
like
that
a
shit
fucking
every time
vulture
he
in the
came over too.
dude. He was like he was flying around and hovered around like a fucking vulture in the Sahara.
Uh-huh.
Like he just kept going. We all right, okay? We all right? It was like, he's like, dude.
Well, that was just like at Aliato's when we were like, yeah, we're taking this, and she was like, no, we're not. Okay, I guess we are. Like
Yeah.
she,
Yeah, you haven't fucking around
next
now.
thing you know, she was like, put it in here, put it in here.
Yeah,
like
right.
she was loading up with
I
shit
mean,
too.
if a place is going out of business,
Yeah,
I'm taking whatever the fuck I want.
yeah.
Like I said, Church Brew Works ain't going nowhere anytime soon. But them little glasses, I was like, man.
At the time, Matrix wasn't going anywhere either, but we took shit from there.
Yeah.
I mean, it eventually it went away, but at the time when
Yeah, but at the time, like it was like, man, all right, whatever.
we know people that took pillows, people that took candles, silverware, utensils, cups.
Yeah, I took a
I
candle.
heard that like in some hotels they're now keeping track of how many towels and shit they put in your hotel room, and if they notice that it's missing, they'll charge you when you check out.
Well, because
that's
before they
just
didn't
the
care, but now
fun.
with these fucking economy price hikes, they're like, we can't afford to be letting people take them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. That ruins the fun.
Yeah.
Nobody wants your little tiny ass shampoos.
Well, I mean, if they smell good, yeah, I do.
I mean that part. Like if I do like one of these and I'm like, well, that's banging. All right. Like I'm gonna put it in there and just use my own because you never know.
That was like we like I said, we were out all day like running errands and shopping. We went to the mall, this and that. And Jane wanted to go to Target and because they have one hair product she specifically can get from them. And we went, so I'm like, all right, so we're walking around like the little bath body beauty section. I was like, oh fuck, there's the Rocks line of stuff. I'm smelling everything. I'm like, that smells good. And then I just turn around. I'm like, Donna, smell this. She goes, what the hell is it? And I'm like, I don't know. Just smell it.
You're just sitting there putting fucking Papa Tui on your face. It's like
And she goes, is that coconut? And I was like, I think so. And I look at the container and it says, yeah, it's called like Coconut Blast or something. She was like, I fucking hate coconut. Why would you have me smell that? And I was like, well, you don't like eating coconut. I didn't ask you to eat it. I just said smell it.
smell it.
So then I was like, I'm actually going to probably buy this. I was like, if I wear this, will you hate me? And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, no, I need a yes or no answer. I'm not wasting my money if I buy this. And you're
Yeah,
like,
you
I
need a
fucking
definitive
hate my
answer.
husband because he smells like coconut. And then wait, there was another one, and I had her, and then Jane had come back to the cart at this time. And I was like, here, you guys smell this one and tell me if you like this better. And they were like, I don't know, it just smells plain. Like, I don't know, like that one definitely, like Donna thought it smelled better. Jane was like, it doesn't smell any, I don't know. She goes, what scent is it? And I was like, fragrance free.
Oh my god.
I was like, yeah,
It's like,
that's
hey,
that
let's
one.
just take a whiff of this. Tell me what you think. It smells like nothing. Yeah, it's fragrance free. Sorry.
Yeah. So, needless to say, I bought the one with coconut. So
Oh my god. So out of the whole thing, it's like, I still buy the coconut one anyway.
I did. Jane liked it. Jane said it smelled good. And they always ask me, they're like, why do you make us, like, when you buy a new deodorant scent or something like that, you always, like, ask us what we think of it. And I'm like, because you are, like, with me, like, you have to smell it. Like, I don't know if it's just me or not, but, like, I don't smell my own deodorant. I know I put it on. I kind of smell it at first, but as the day goes on, I feel like the smell to me goes away. But I'm like, you people are around me. Like, I'm trying to be respectful of the people around me and not just buy something because I like it. And they're like, oh yeah, I guess. So but I didn't buy. I bought the tattoo stuff to brighten
like
up
the
my hat.
ointment?
Well, there's an ointment or there's like a stick. I bought the stick.
Oh wait, out of what? Is it Tattoo Rabbit or?
No, it's the Rock's brand. It's called Papa Tui.
Papa
I'm
Tui.
gonna have to try that then.
Yeah, that's what Jane goes. Well, I think it was Jane or Don. They were like, well, why are you going to buy that? And I was like, because the ooses use it, so I'm going to use it. Like,
I mean, and them Samoans got some nice ass skin, bro. So,
that's what I said. They look at their tattoos. They're always shiny and looking good.
Yeah, right. Fuck it.
So it's just it almost looks like the old school like deodorant stick, like the roll-on deodorant stick. But it's okay. Let me describe this better. It looks like a giant fucking glue stick, like an Elmer's glue stick.
All right.
But you got like an extra ounce in the glue stick or in the stick than you did the jar of like cream.
You just sat there measuring ounces in glue sticks?
I was.
You just sat there cutting it up, be like, this looks like one.
Look, the economy's gone bad. I gotta get the most.
Paul, okay, if he's gonna be paying money in this type of economy, I want the most for my money.
Yeah,
right.
That was $9 for that stick.
I'd be like, you know what? Hold on. Shit's worth it. I'll take it.
Yeah, trust me, I did. But I looking at his other stuff too, like the shampoos and that, and like I mean, to me, it's like okay, it's just soap, it's just shampoo, but some of that shit did smell. I was like, oh, there was one that was like something leather. I was like, or suede. I was like, oh fuck, that shit does smell actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And he just announced too that he's not just exclusive to Target anymore. It's going to be in Walmart's now too.
Oh, now it's over.
That's what I was like. Oh shit.
Now they'll be stealing the Papa Tui.
Well, I didn't buy. Like I said, I didn't buy any of that stuff, like the shampoos or nothing, because this. Say what you want of me. I am currently using up what I have left of Old Spice teamed up with DC, and they have superhero line of products.
I saw those. Yeah.
So the Superman one, the Superman line is okay, but the Batman one, that's everything. So like the shampoos, the deodorants, and everything, it's all scented like black cherry.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna put all this stuff on, like the soap, shampoo, and whatnot, and you were gonna start becoming a fucking night vigilante. I don't know.
I feel like I am. sometimes.
I would have pulled for you, bro. If somebody put a bit like a big E in the sky, I'd be like, "That's my dude."
Yeah,
Sniff
yeah,
him because he smells like black cherry.
yeah. It's not bad. So I have that because listen, I was like, because it's a limited like they're like they made what they made. So Donna was like, you need that many deodorants, and I was like, yeah, because if it's gone, then I won't be able to get it anymore. So I got to stock up now. I got to like doomsday prep for whenever there's no more Batman scent.
Yeah, smell like black cherries.
No. So yeah, no, I wanted to try the tattoo thing, especially now because like with my new tattoo, like I've been, this one's looking pretty fresh, and I'm like, oh, the other ones look all boring compared to the new one.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't used it yet, but yeah, I'm gonna try it. We'll see how it goes. There he is. He's being camera shy today.
Hey Alexa, turn on the kitchen light on.
Okay. Just so you know, I found a routine that plays music to help you sleep. Do you want to try it?
No, we don't. I'm in the middle of shooting a goddamn podcast.
Look at that, me and Sam over here snoring away, listening to sleepy music.
How dare her? We're in the middle of doing something, Alexa. All right. Sam and I already had to deal with Darlene calling last fucking time, okay? Let's not deal with fucking Alexa. Jesus Christ. You good in there?
Good.
All right. Well, that's probably going to do it, but we are back. Sorry we were gone for a week. Shit happens. Life happens. But
I didn't even notice.
me neither. I had somebody message me and I was like, okay. Like, all right.
You're just it's another busy week. Another busy
Yeah.
week.
But like next week, I'm going to talk about Xander's first prom.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God, yeah.
On top of that, for people that have asked, Rebecca is running the Pittsburgh Marathon this weekend.
Yeah, but
So I got to do that probably in the morning. The same day is it's Xander's prom that night. So it'll be a fun-filled day for me in the city.
they're having a prom on a Sunday?
Saturday.
The marathon's on Sunday.
Our marathon's on Saturday morning.
Oh, is she running the shorter, like the? Okay,
I don't know.
Cool.
I'm just.
we'll chat we'll chat offline.
We'll do. Yeah, you know. I mean, I don't be knowing, bro. We'll figure.
I don't either.
I'm just here. You know, I'm here to tell people about it. That's it. That's all I'm supposed to do. But
You do you.
I know, right? So for Biggie, Samantha, as always, we'll see y'all next week. Have a great week. Bye.